Hey guys, before we even start this video, I want you to know that this video is going to be a little deeper and more vulnerable than usual. I was honestly debating putting a video out like this on the internet, but I decided it's something that I need to talk about and share my experiences, because maybe someone is in a similar position to how I was and might appreciate seeing a video like this. And lastly, I honestly wasn't too sure how to edit this video because I didn't want to take away from what I was saying. I decided to leave it largely uncut. And without further ado, here's the footage. And I will say this is probably not going to be something recurring that I will talk about on this channel, but I'll occasionally delve into topics of similar depth, but just not this specific one again. Anyways, I hope you appreciated this video.
I don't know. I see sometimes it's like people can change, but like it's hard for me to like always believe that every single person has like the ability to change, you know? So I feel like I mean, God, dude, it sounds so like
No, go ahead.
it's hard for me to say, you know, but like sometimes I just lose like faith in the fact that like I believe people can change for the better, like people like are naturally good creatures because it's like so many times I just see like or like I just lose hope when it comes to people like sometimes I just like they're not I don't think they can change. I don't think every person's out there wanting to be the best version of themselves, you know?
Yeah. I think everyone's like that in a sense because no one has patience 100% of the time.
Yeah. I mean, like,
that kind of mindset takes a lot of patience where you can be forgiving and whatnot.
yeah.
And yeah, it can run out. It can drain.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just like part of my nature, but like I've always wanted to be like the best version of myself or like try to almost like find out the way to be like the kindest person I could be. Like I've always wanted to like try to strive towards not like perfectionism, but like strive towards like a sense of like being a good person, you know? And I don't know,
Like
it's
what do you think that definition is?
exactly like
Year.
yeah, that it's been hard because like it's kind of a balance, right? Part of it's like self-preservation, like while you can be like a very great person, like you can't let yourself be just taken advantage of by people with bad intentions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I had kind of had to learn as I grew up. But you have to be like almost vulnerable with people. Like you have to be accepting the fact that like some people are just gonna hurt you, and when that happens, you're just gonna have to move on and forgive them. But like don't forget, you know, don't forget that that person hurt you because they may do it again. Like so. Maybe it's like a better idea to not let yourself be hurt by them by not being vulnerable with that specific person. That's something I have to like remember not to like just encompass as a blanket, like because it's that feeling, you know. It's like of being hurt. You gotta remember that like not everyone has bad intentions. So I guess when that does happen, where you do get hurt, it's like you can't just sit there and say a blanket answer like every person's evil or every person has bad intentions.
Yeah. You have to adjust for each person.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it does take a lot of patience, you know. It does take a lot of effort to accept the fact that there are bad people in this world, but not every person is bad. And I guess another thing, part of that, it's like just because they're bad people doesn't mean, or just because they did something bad doesn't mean they're bad people, because everyone has like moments of weaknesses or like moments where they like lash out or they're just like they haven't, I guess, matured or like they haven't learned who they are as a person.
I think it's always important to remember you never know what someone's going through.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
you never really know exactly what the fuck is up with people.
Yeah.
And you have to take that into consideration when you want to evaluate their character.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. I remember it was one of the. I mean, God, dude, this is gonna be hard to talk about, but There's a time where I was like, kind of getting ready to kill myself, you know. It was like one of the days that I was like really heavily pondering it. I had a it's called like a watch, you know. Basically I was staying watch like on the reactor on the submarine, and I was just kind of going through it, right? I was making some like errors. I was getting flustered. I was trying hard, but I was just like, I was not doing well. And my he was like called my overstruct. He was like kind of berating me for it, but like towards the end of the watch, he could like really tell that I was just like
Struggling.
yeah, you like I was like not there mentally. And he saw that at the end of the watch, and I don't know if it was like how deeply he understood like how I was feeling, but he told me something, you know. And I don't remember word for word, right? But what he was getting at was just because like you had like a bad day, you can't be too hard on yourself. Like you have to move forward and accept that there's gonna be the bad days, and like it's part of life, you know.
Forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
He's like, he could tell I was like really hard on myself, or like I don't know if he like understood like I was like on that day I was gonna drive home and try to kill myself, but I think he saw like some level of like distress, and
Yeah.
he started to say that. I think that honestly might have saved my life. He was always kind of like notorious for being like not like mean to people, but like he did have like a sense of like kind of like making fun or like poking fun at people, or like being hard because he wanted people to learn, you know. He wanted people to he wanted people to know shit, you know, like because at the end of the day that's my job, is to know shit and like be competent as a watchstander. So that was like one of the main values he tried to instill, but like at the time I was really struggling, you know, and like kind of like a tough love mindset. Like it's not gonna work for everybody, you know. So like I was just doing really like poorly, but like I think those words were enough to like at least make me hesitate, you know. I will say that was the day I flipped the coin, you know. So
I remember that.
it was I sat in my car, and it was I was telling myself prior to the event that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna wrap my car around a tree. And I mean, like, I had it all planned in my mind. Like I had a way to an idea of like how I was gonna do it. Like I was gonna drive up to 120 miles an hour, and then I was just gonna yank the wheel into a tree, and then that would be it. I mean, I was in a smaller car. Like I drive a fucking Yacht. Like that would have taken me out.
Yeah.
And I got in the car. It was at about midnight 30-ish. Like it's actually kind of funny, you know. I was listening to the one song, of course, that plays while I'm like planning on doing it was fucking "Creep" by Radiohead. "Creep" by Radiohead, dude. It wasn't even like a sad playlist. It was my like divorced dad rock playlist, but I just like had that randomly thrown in. I don't know. But yeah, so
I wouldn't want to die the creep, dude. I'd have to choose a different song.
yeah.
I'd
I
have
mean,
to
like,
pick a couple cue song.
The drive would be like 5 minutes, so it was. I think the next song was "Heart-Shaped Box," if I remember correctly. So I mean, if that works better for you, then that works. But
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't even like a physical coin. It was a coin on Google. So I said tails. I'm gonna wrap my car around a tree. And the reason I said tails, I think, is because I don't know if it's part of because like I feel like tails is like the kind of like the losing end, or like the maybe it's part of me that like was not wanting it to happen, and that's why I even opted for a coin flip in the first place. Or part of it was maybe because I don't really know. Maybe oh damn, maybe part of it was just because like I was scared to do it myself. You know, I was scared to make the decision myself. I was ashamed, you know, and I don't know. There are a lot of factors in place, but the coin, it landed on heads, and I got out of the parking lot after like crying for a solid 5 minutes to the song. I mean, like I remember like specifically what happened. As soon as like I got the coin flip, I felt like almost like a wave of anguish at the time. You know, it was like almost like I like was cheated out of my one opportunity to like, get out of the world, I guess. I know it sounds morbid, but that's how I felt at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just felt like really like hopeless and despaired. But I drove to the like I was in the parking lot, right? So I drove to like the exit of the parking lot, and I just like on the beat of the of like, but I'm a creep. I just started like bursting down in tears, dude. I remember like literally like screaming, like yelling out in agony, as the song was playing while I was like driving home. And like I wish I could say like things immediately got better, but it took some time, you know. Like I remember,
Sure.
yeah, I remember the day after this is probably the hardest conversation I've ever had to have, you know. I found out my grandma died after my shift.
Right after this?
Yeah, like the day after I found out that when my grandma just died. It was the grandma on my mom's side died, and my other grandma, Shishi, the grandma on my dad's side, she like reached out to me and she's like, "I'm really sorry to like inform you, but your grandma died." And I was like, "Well, fuck, isn't that beautiful, you know?" I mean, obviously saying that with sarcasm, but
Wasn't you, man.
no.
It wasn't your time.
And then, I mean, I got home, right? I think it was actually the, I mean, I'll be honest, man. I was self-harming at the time. What I would do was, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I used to smoke cigarettes, and I would put them out on my hand sometimes. So I think it was the day after, or like the same day I tried to kill myself. I put like a pretty big gash on my right hand, but
Ouch.
the scars
Don't
are
do that
mostly
anymore.
no, not at all. The scars are mostly faded now, but I mean, I still see them. And I remember the phone call. You know, my mom called me because she's like, "Hey," she's like, "Hey, reach out to me when you get the chance." And you know, she no,
Was it a
okay.
good phone call?
No, it wasn't at all. So I remember how it went down, right? I called her, and it started ringing for like a kind of like a. My mom was like always really nearby her phone. She's really good at answering calls,
Yeah.
and I remember. Now I'll be honest, I haven't ever been able to tell the story without crying a little bit. So sorry if I start.
Alright, dude. This isn't going in the video, right?
I might put it in the video later on, but
Alright.
I kind of like to be an open book, right? So like I want people to know like who I am as a character and what my experiences are, right? So she takes like a little bit of time to answer the phone, and I was like, "That's kind of strange. That's not normal." And she's like, "Sorry, honey. I answered the phone because I was crying on the kitchen floor. I was like, oh, God fucking damn it, dude. Like, I was already carrying the weight of just like attempting to take my own life, right? And now I'm like, holy shit, dude. My mom also lost like her son and her mom like within a day apart. Or I think it might have actually been on the same day. But like, isn't that tragic, you know?
Right.
How the fuck am I gonna I mean, I'm sorry for cousin, like how the fuck am I gonna tell her that while she's still grieving her mom passing, that like her own son just tried to take his life, you know? So that was like probably the hardest conversation I've ever had to have, and it probably still will be like the hardest conversation I'll ever have in my life, you know? But I did a lot of work on myself after that, you know. I went to therapy. I mean, like, again, there's some like, I don't know how to say this. There's like a certain kind of experience that's like, I don't think it's ever gonna like fully heal, you know. And that's something I kind of came to terms with, you know. It's probably a scar that's not gonna like fade, and that's okay, you know. That's part of life. But
I mean, you're able to talk about it.
I am able to
A lot
talk to
of
him about it,
people.
you know.
A lot of people would never even reach that state, you know, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, and that's what I realized. It's like I kind of got to that point by not reaching out, so I'm like, okay, things definitely have to change, you know. I don't want to go through life thinking, oh, I'm probably gonna die like minimum of 30 because, or a maximum of 30 because like I'm so fucking tired of life, you know. I didn't want to do it. Part of me is like it's self-preservation, I guess, but I want to live, you know. So I mean, it took some time, right? I wouldn't say I ever will be or I am fully healed, but you know, I'm doing the best I can, right?
Things are getting better.
Yeah. Like there's days where I relapse. There's days where I like feel down, feel depressed. And I feel like it's always gonna be part of life, but I think it's really important that you not only just like hold out faith and like hold out hope, but like reach out to your friends or family. Have actual genuine connections, you know, because there's always gonna be stuff on like internet, always gonna be stuff in life that's like there to like kind of emotionally manipulate you, play with your or like get into your feelings, make you feel like fucking shit, and just like is there to hurt you, is there to like incite feelings of sadness or like anger, and then play on those emotions to like either like make a profit off of whatever they're trying to do or like anything. There's always gonna be like bad actors in this world. So what you have to remember is like the world isn't hopeless. There's still things you could fight for, and you have to look for the good side of things, you know. You have to have hope for what you're doing, and you can't just say there's nothing I could do. Like you have to realize, sure, on the large scale maybe there's nothing you could do, okay, whatever, but what you can do is fight for what you have in your community, you know. You can make change in your own community. You could reach out, you could maybe it's not even trying to like change the world or change your community, but maybe it's just trying to change your attitude. That's something you could do. That's something you could try to strive to do, is work on your own mindset, reach out with friends. Because I remember a huge problem for me was I was isolating. I still do isolate from time to time, but I'm trying to get better at like reaching out. having a sense of community. I was planning on during Halloween. I don't really have a friend group to go out with, so I was planning on going to like the my local downtown area and just like trying to make some friends over there. So I think there's I think there's always things you could try to work towards to like build your future, you know. And again, it's like, I know, I mean, like, this post may not blow up and maybe nobody will see it, but like, I know if it does get traction, there's always gonna be someone that's gonna like try to like troll me or whatever and like be like, oh, you should have just killed yourself. Oh yeah, like, but whatever, dude, whatever, fuck them. It's not that they're evil, it's not that they're just misguided, you know. They haven't mature
I've been that
enough,
person
or
before.
exactly, like we've all been like terrible human beings at one point in our life. We've all been like there to try to elicit reactions or like try to like rage bait or whatever. And like sure bro, like a little bit of rage bait is fine, but like there's a time and place, you know.
Yeah.
And it's okay that like people are like gonna say some fucking awful shit to me if this does get traction or whatever, but I'll be there when it happens, and it's not gonna be something that it's gonna be, it may be something that like may hurt my feelings, but at the end of the day I have to understand that these people are purely just trying to elicit an emotion because they want to see me hurt, they want to feel the joy of like making someone upset or whatever. But at the end of the
Fuck
day,
that, dude. Don't let those fucking people get to you, man.
no, I mean, like I already understood because like I'll be honest, sometimes I've been that person, you know. I think that's a pretty human experience. It's like making fun of someone or like maybe not to that extent, like telling a suicidal guy to go kill himself or whatever, but I've been like, everyone has experiences like that, so I'm not gonna blame one certain person or like, I don't know what I'm trying to get at right here, but what I'm trying to say is like those people, they're confused, they haven't really matured, they may just be in that stage of life where they're upset at the world and they just want to like have everyone as miserable as them. But to those people I say like, it's okay, you know. I understand that whatever you're feeling right now is temporary, and if you ever do get to a point where you're feeling like down or helpless or feel like nobody's there for you, all I ask is that you reach out to people, you know. You ask for help, you know. Understand that maybe there will be other people like how you were, I guess, or how maybe you still are, but there's people out there that do want to help or like do want to make change, and I suggest you out there find your sense of community, and once you find that sense of community, you try to strive to help build that community up for other people, you know, that are also feeling down or helpless, or be that person that people could talk to, I guess, if that makes sense.
Make this world a better place by making yourself better.
Exactly, you know. And I mean, there's really not much else to say. It's just like, I think that everyone has the ability to change themselves for the better as long as they put in the work to make change and strive to be a better person. And that's really all I can ask of someone, is to want to be that person that makes change. Go to the people you trust. Go to the community that you know will be there to support you. Maybe your coworkers, maybe your friends, maybe your family, whoever that might be, you know. But go to those people. Go get the help you need. And then once you feel like you're doing better, just go and try to be that person for other people. that was a really long, like, fucking long-ass tangent, but I feel like I, kind of emphasized the fact that, like, I don't bear hatred towards the people that, like, do that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, like, everyone's a human being. Everyone has their own experiences. Everyone's confused, angry, upset at something. And it's okay to feel that way, you know? But I just ask of you to learn from your mistakes, or learn from my mistakes, and move forward.
Amen, dude. That was a big one.
Yep. Philosopher Donovan before GTA 6, man. You thought you made it to the end of the video without me saying something quippy, you fool. I'm just here because I want to let you guys know that this video it's been sitting in my drafts for like about a week, and I finally I finally decided to upload it. And I guess if you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate your support. I hope everyone's having a great day. Lastly, I want to thank everyone, you know. And again, if anyone's going through a hard time, it's like, please just reach out to someone. Don't let yourself get to the point where I was at, where I was contemplating taking my own life. But other than that, I really hope everyone's doing well. Thank you.